We are back in Series 2. St. Clair Green takes care of IC in the first series to move on to the second round of Eastern Qualifier on Thursday. Going to be me and joined by Kermit on the desk now. First time back in a long time. Excited for this Rocket League action.
Oh yeah, I made it. I was here to watch a little bit of the third game there, or the last game there. So it's good to be back on broadcast. I'm excited to see what, how they play, how the Saints play versus GVSU. So, I mean, I did watch them last year, and right off the bat, it's going to be a goal by Kamal. Almost a big save there by
GVSU.
Yes. Grand Valley, almost a big save. He did get contact with it, just not enough.
Yeah.
And Kamal, right off the bat, 29 seconds in, opens the scoring.
Yeah, this is exactly where the Saints left off last game, so this is exactly the kind of start you want to see. Just got to keep the pressure on. Kamal with a fantastic goal there, put some mustard on it, able to squeeze it through. Lumi is going to take the ball over mid. St. Clair try to volley this one back. Going to be a little bit of back and forth so far. Both teams trying to get it back in the offensive zone, but if you're St. Clair, the offensive momentum is fantastic, but now, like I said last game, you got to make sure you do not lack on the defensive end, because just as fast as you can score, you can be scored on. So got to look to improve that and hopefully keep this one out of the net here.
Yeah, and I mean, going back from last game, the last game, wide open net. I'm going to wait here for a second, just make sure nothing happens. And Grand Valley almost had an opportunity to tie up the game. I mean, with these kind of team, you know, you move on to the tournament, you get stronger. And a big save there by Vitali. Keeps it in the corner. And, you know, it's just another shot and another save by Vitali. Making sure the ball's in the corner, and they're going to try to get it out of the zone here. Yeah, and we know GVSU definitely a very, very, very solid team. And they were definitely going to challenge the Saints. So this wasn't going to be any cakewalk or any easy task. So St. Clair, they're up for the task. Kamal, fantastic challenge over there at mid. Going to try to set up Vitali. Try to get one of these passing plays working that they got last game. Going to try to find something. Gorilla is going to be able to chip it out toward middle. Going to be touched again. Lumi going to try to get the shot. And the double commit will come through. Ramen gets a demo, but irrelevant. GVSU will even this up at ones. That is just a gorgeous play by Cyber to Levy. Back to Cyber. A tic-tac-toe. Just absolutely gorgeous play to tie it. You can't let St. Clair get ahead. And that's exactly what GVSU did. And, you know, it's tie game now. Just under 2 minutes in.
Yeah, like literally as I was finishing saying, just because you can score, that's awesome, but you have to be able to play defense as well. And credit to GVSU, like you said, that tic-tac-toe was absolutely perfect. Like, angles it to the left of the net, so it looks like it's going wide to redirect back into the net. Now St. Clair, they're going to play even footing. Hopefully they're going to play up their back foot, because they play pretty poorly when they're playing like heavy defensive ended. So got to try to get this ball flowing, but I will say GVSU once again, Lumi going to chip it back down into the Saints net with nobody home. So defensive rotations must have been missed somewhere along the line, and GVSU 2 goals in 30 seconds and now with a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, I think St. Clair's getting a little too confident.
I would agree.
In the offensive end, and like you said earlier in the last game, you need to focus on that defensive end. Right now, GVSU is looking so strong on the offensive end, and they've been there for the defense. So going on, St. Clair has to be good on the defensive end, and a big save there by Cyber.
Yeah, great shot and dribble by Kamal. Will be saved by Cyber. He's going to try to get this ball over the backboard now. Saints might be able to play with it a little bit. Vitali going to try to make something happen. Lumi will play. The 50 will come through. Saints not going to be on the receiving end. Cyber is going to try to dribble it all the way to the Saints net. Will he do it off the crossbar? But Kamal there for the save, but great dribble by Cyber, getting the touch off of the crossbar. And now St. Clair, GVSU with a lot of momentum, and they're looking really, really confident right now. So if you're St. Clair, you got to find a way to break the will here.
Yeah, Ramen got it. Demo. We'll see if that takes place there. Vitali gets it over to the defenseman. Still has a little bit of boost, but cannot get there. Cyber with the defensive play, and I mean, that's going to be a wide open net, but Kamal's there to make a save. And right now, all momentum going towards GVSU with their offensive plays.
Yeah, they pretty much had 7 or 8 scoring chances, although one goes flying the other way, and St. Clair will even it up. Vitali going to send that one packing all the way down the pitch and into the back of the net. And St. Clair, you do not care how you get it back, but there it is, and now you're all knotted up with 2 minutes left.
It's just like you can be so offensive, get a bad bounce, and in this case, it was GVSU with a bad bounce, and St. Clair take advantage. So it is a tie game once again. And I feel like that's going to be this whole series. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of overtimes.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. This has been definitely a back and forth. I would say I think every game is probably going to be a 1 to 2 goal game tops, and I would not be shocked to see OT, because, as you said, there's been really great runs of offense, and there's been fantastic stretches of great saves and defense so far. So both teams definitely showing a little bit of something. Saints got to clear this ball, though, because GVSU has had fantastic pressure in the zone. Ball will be missed, or maybe it was a fake by Vitali. We'll get the touch now. Kamal going to try to follow up off the backboard, but GVSU will get the pinch. Kamal going to avoid that with no boost possibly. And GVSU might have another break at the ball here, but Vitaly, luckily enough, had the boost to get back. So St. Clair, scary rotation, but they do make it back in time.
Yeah, I think they were struggling with boost a little bit, which, I mean, is always scary, especially at this high of a competition. Is you always need a little bit of boost, but again, it's just back and forth right now. Both teams have had their plays, close chances. This is going to be a wide open net, but not quite there. I think he ran out of boost there, and Ramen didn't try. Oh, I thought he was going to go for it. Didn't try something, but here's Vitaly going to get a shot on goal, but Lumi's there to make a save. Yeah,
and this has been an awesome back and forth from both teams so far. Going to be a shot on it by Ramen. Cyber is going to kick that one away toward the left wall. Cyber is going to play it off the wall. Maybe set something up for Lumi, unable to get there with the boost, though. So both teams have had great chances back and forth. They're showing a lot of prowess, but now with 35 seconds, I would suspect that the next goal will most likely end up winning, although it's Rocket League, so who am I to ever say that? But GVSU is going to press. Cyber trying to find it. If they can get a clear out maybe of one of the Saints in net, they might be able to find something, but Kamal will dribble it up the left wall, send it back to GVSU, and we'll get a little reset.
Yeah, with 20 seconds remaining, I'm really surprised we didn't see a demo there. Especially with, I mean, it's kind of tough to go for a demo, but Lumi's going to have an off the backboard shot. It's going to have a little bit of redirect there. I think that was Kamal that actually kicked it off to the corner. 5 seconds remaining. Can St. Clair get something started? Oh, and I mean, the ball's still up in the air, so it's still time before overtime. There's still enough time. They're going to let it hit and reset.
Both teams, although you want to try to score an OT, losing with 0 seconds on the clock in Rocket League is like top one demoralizing thing that can happen to you. So both teams, the way they've played, I don't blame either of them for going to OT. The Saints, nobody home in net though. Thank God the demo comes through on Gorilla, because the Saints would have been way out of pocket there, and that could have been absolutely disastrous in game one. And now Vitaly got to try to get the challenge, got to send it to Ramen over mid, maybe go back to Vitaly here for a little give and go off the crossbar. Will someone be able to follow? It will be Gorilla, and GVSU will get the clear on a very scary push from the Saints.
Nobody was there to follow. That's going to be out in front of the net. 50-50 there. Fairly even there between Cyber and I believe that was Ramen. So Kamal up trying to get something started. He does have a little boost, trying to get it centered. He does. Ramen just can't get the car up enough, and GVSU is going to be staying alive for a little bit longer.
We've seen so many close chances just in OT alone of either someone's not there because they didn't have boost, or the net was open and somebody was rotating back. We've seen so many chances that could have ended the game already, so I dare to see who's going to come out on top. Both teams really good back and forth. Cyber, look at the demo on Kamal. Vitaly, flip reset, will try to set something up. Lumi will deny him, and GVSU will try to start the breakout the other way.
It's so hard nowadays to get a flip reset in and actually have it successful, just because the defensive end from all these teams at this high of a competition, it's absolutely insane. And I mean, just the flick, he had the deke, wide open net and defense by Gorilla. Just amazing save.
Yeah, this has just been an awesome game to watch, regardless of what the outcome will end up being. But if Vitaly will get the touch to Ramen, try to get off the backboard. Vitaly back there for the touch, and it will slowly crawl into the net, and St. Clair will take game one 3-2 against GVSU and be on series point.
That is a slow goal. A little bit of salt on the wound. 44 kilometers per hour. That's like 20 miles an hour if you guys if you guys aren't Canadian.
If you're a GVSU fan, that's the metric system for you.
Exactly. So fairly slow shot, and I mean St. Clair takes game one, and I mean
look at Vitaly.
The whole team of both teams. Yeah. GVSU, absolutely insane. Defensive end and offensive, they can produce offense. I wouldn't be surprised if we see game three.
No, yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a much higher scoring game. Although both teams did have some lockdown defense moments there. We saw there was 8 to 9 scoring chances. I think Vitaly ended up with 2 goals. The Saints together had 7 or 8 shots. GVSU, we know they had 2 minutes where they were just pressing St. Clair on the back foot, and there was not really much St. Clair could do to breathe. So, gonna get into game 2 here. St. Clair looking to take a 2-0 lead and end the series and send GVSU packing to losers. And we're gonna get underway just now.
That's the thing about these best of threes. I mean, whoever comes out of this and they move on to the next round, the winners, it does go to a best of 5. Yep. But best of 3, you mess up one game, it is tough. Because if you lose that next game, you have no comeback. You're going to the losers. But again, if you can tie it, it's a momentum change. It's a huge momentum change. So
yeah, exactly.
We'll see what happens here for both teams. If we see anything like the first game there, off the crossbar twice.
So far, we have seen very reminiscent of the first game. Vitaly going to get the shot. Gorilla unable to get the turnaround and stop the ball, and Vitaly will just walk that one into the net. So St. Clair going to jump out 1-0 when GVSU looked like they had all the momentum and all the pressure on the end. Oh, maybe Gorilla got a bump there from one of the Saints, but St. Clair, no matter how they spin it, 1-0 is the score.
Yeah, just like last game, open it up. But again, you have to play defense. Yeah. Because we seen last game. GVSU, they came back, scored 2 quick goals, took the lead. Saints were down, and then they,
True.
you know, tied it up and went into overtime. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised for overtime. Lumi with a big save there by a shot by Rom, and it's still up in front of the net, nearly trying to get something down. That's going to be dropped in front of the net, but nobody's there.
Yeah,
it's still up there. That's going to be a shot and a big save there by Cyber.
Yeah, everyone just rotating for boost, although that was a couple very, very close chances for the Saints. Raman and Kamal really trying to make it happen there. Kamal is going to get the touch into the left corner. Lumi is going to be back to play it. Kamal will try to go for the challenge. GVSU will get the clear for the time being, so quick little reset. Everyone will re-rotate. Saints will try to pick up some booster and then maybe try to break it out. GVSU, a little bit too much power from Cyber there. Didn't really stop the ball over the middle, but Gorilla will try to get the 50. We'll end up losing, or actually Raman goes flying off into the sun as well, so no one really gaining possession. Ball just kind of stalled it over midfield here.
Yeah, a little bit of a 50-50, couple of missed and a shot on goal, but Kamal there with a big save. And the offensive pressure right now coming from GVSU, as I say that, Saints are going to get a little bit of push, but I like the way that GVSU's offense is, you know, more shots you get on goal, the better chance you have to score. So I think if they keep doing what they're doing, and the way they're doing it, I think they do have a chance to tie this up. Yeah,
nice little spike on the ball there by Lumi. And as you said, if you more shots normally equals more goals. So GVSU with a very, very tried and true strategy. St. Clair going to have to try to get this ball. Lumi is going to miss it. We'll get it back on the redirect. Gorilla is going to touch it up into the corner. So St. Clair still playing off that back foot. Little bump by Kamal. Perfect little bump, but it will get challenged by Lumi. Is going to get the challenge. Cyber come through with the middle. And a huge save. Goal line to goal line by Raman. Going to deny that one. And GVSU still down one. And St. Clair able to clear the ball and get a breath.
That is just absolutely insane. Their hearts must be pounding. I mean, St. Clair's looking to win the series with the win in this game, and I mean, GVSU has everything on the line here. Well, not everything. They do go down to losers, but it's much easier going from winners.
Yeah.
So you have a little bit of a better chance. But again, it's
far from over.
Far from over. I mean, we have 2.5 minutes left, half the game left, so plenty of time for one goal.
Yeah, and if you're St. Clair, the one thing that you can kind of play into your hand is that you'd be more than happy to spend a minute 20 just kind of running clock and just playing a little bit of volleyball, because GVSU, they need to find a way to kind of not force a goal, but they have to make something happen at some point in the offensive end. And if you're St. Clair, knowing that, you put the second one in like Raman gets the demo and back off the post, and St. Clair, there's hopefully your insurance policy, but a fantastic, maybe a little bit of a mistouch on the side of GVSU as well, so everything kind of falling in line for the Saints there, exactly how they're looking for it.
Vitali with the demo, I think, was the clutchest thing in that play. I think that's, if he didn't get the demo there, I think whoever he demoed there, I didn't catch the name there.
Probably would have got the save.
He probably would have had to save because it did go off the post. But again, there's still plenty of time left. 2 minutes. GVSU's going to throw everything in the offense. So if I wouldn't be surprised if there's another goal. Like I said, amazing goal there. Kamal set up Vitali, wide open net.
Yeah, what a touch. This looks like more of the firsters from the Saints. Kamal, touch off the wall. Another touch to dodge the defender will fly by as Vitali puts it right down Main Street in St. Clair with a 3-0 lead. And that passing play, that's reminiscent of the Saints that we've been seeing today so far. So if they're slowly building up this momentum in this lead as the clock starts to get closer to those 000s, then I would have a very high confidence boost that St. Clair would end up pulling this one away. And they'll try to fill in a fourth. That's a huge demo on Kamal as well. That may have been a free crack at the net. Demos left and right. Raman to demo Cyber as well. So St. Clair, just stop, breathe, quick little reset. You have a 3-goal lead. They don't want to give any easy ones up.
Yeah, who knows? You give up one goal, confident goes back to GVSU. Oh my. Oof. Oh my, Raman with an opportunity there, trying to be, I don't know if he was trying to be fancy, just trying to get there, but the ball was a little too fast. Everybody's up in there for this one, trying to get it out of the zone. That's going to be a shot on goal, and Gorilla puts GVSU on the board.
Yeah, great shot. Squeaks it above the Saints. But look, we have 3 Saints. The good old-fashioned triple commit for the ball right in front of the net. Gorilla more than happy to watch the Saints fly around. Will bury that one just underneath the crossbar. And now GVSU, you had to get one back quick. You got one. Now, you've got a minute and 15, and you have a 2-goal lead to overcome. All the time in the world still, but if you're St. Clair, actually immediately going to press. So St. Clair, you got to try to just at least, at the very worst, keep this ball across that midfield line. Draw the line in the sand and say you will not cross into the orange zone.
Yeah, that's going to be a gorgeous center, but man, I don't know if Cyber was thinking there was going to be a save, but he did not set himself up. Whoa. That's going to be another shot on net, but a little high with the redirect there by Raman. Yeah, that flip reset for Gorilla might have actually added too much power to the ball. He sent that ball flying over the crossbar, so while it looked great, Kamal with a great little touch there. Just going to try to bury the ball in the zone and play time. Vitali off the left post, and Raman will easily follow it up. In St. Clair, now they are just running away with it. 4-1, 45 seconds left, and a 1-0 series lead. Series closing on the horizon here. Yeah, I mean, GVSU, Grand Valley State University, 15 seconds per goal. It's doable, but it's going to be tough. I've personally, I think I was casting with Jackson and Deprive, and we've seen some massive comebacks here. So anything is still possible, and we'll see what happens.
Especially when you get into like CCA and CRL, most of the competition as you move on is pretty stiff, regardless of what school or what club team or whatever it is. So no game, no score is to be taken lightly. We've seen GVSU actually, they had a lead in game 1. They played really well in game 2. There's that minute and a half stretch where St. Clair kind of went like God mode, and they just scored 2-3 quick goals, and immediately, as you said in Rocket League, one goal is not everything, but when you have 2-3 quick ones back to back as the clock's ticking down, as you know you're on series point on the losing end, it's not gotta feel good. Kamal gonna try to just play the clock here. Maybe they're gonna look for another goal. Kamal, another touch, 1 second left, and an own goal coming through from GVSU, I'm pretty certain, but Kamal will get credit for it, and St. Clair will end up winning this 5-1, and they will knock off GVSU to losers.
Yeah, so I mean,
own goal.
Yeah, that was an own goal there. I believe that was.
It was a combination of, I think, Cyber and Lumi both hitting the ball into the net. So pick your poison there.
So I mean, St. Clair going to take this series, and look like they pretty good, like reminiscence of last series.
Yeah,
they're looking good, but I mean, again, you're moving into the best of 5. You have to stay confident. You have to. You have to play better defense than what they were playing. Yeah,
so in game 1, they definitely, I think it's really good that GVSU came out so hot in game 1 and kind of like woke them up a little bit, because they did face some challenges in the first series, but they were able to pretty easily overcome all those challenges. But GVSU really pushed them in game 1, sent them to like, I think it was almost 2 minutes in overtime till Saints finally broke the tie. Now Saints, the second half of game 2, you start to see the cogs cranking a little more. Everyone's starting to feel it. The passes are a little more clean. The rotations were a lot better, and they just put it together a lot better in game 2. So now, going to move up to the winner's side of the bracket. And as you said, now you're going to be in best of 5s, though. So you're able to lose a game or two here, but if you're St. Clair and you're like slow starters, as we've seen plenty of times, you just want to come out and try to get a head start as much as you can.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough, especially moving on. I'm not sure who we have up against. Can we get Miami University? That's I don't think I've casted them, and I don't think I've seen them play. But they are in this round for a reason, so it should be another good battle. Yeah, just like we said, CCA, there's no really like slouch schools that are going to be, especially in the winner side of the bracket now. No slouch schools have made it this far, so every single task just going to get escalated in the toughness for St. Clair as they move on, and say hopefully Green. Really good start so far against Miami, though. Like one thing we gotta key on this. You gotta stay locked in on defense. The offense, it's clearly there. Don't try to force it now. Just let the easy stuff come to you, and then those crazy flip resets, the passes, the tic-tac-toes, they will come naturally off of good defense. So I would just look for the boys to stay locked in that fashion as well. Yeah, and I do believe that is the semifinals we're moving into. Yes. So that's gonna be exciting. Yeah, it's gonna be. Who knows? I'm gonna say 5 games. I'm gonna say they're gonna go all the way. Yeah, 5 games. You know what? I'll go that far as well. I'll say game 5. Saints will win in 5, but I'm gonna give University of Miami 2 because I think Saints, they got tested. They clearly shown there's a couple small holes, so maybe Miami will find a way to exploit some of that. In a 5-game series too, you have a lot more time and like not energy, but you have a lot more time and ability to like see how the games are developing and see what kind of happened game 1. How did we translate that to game 2 and what happened the rest of this series? So both teams got a lot of time to make adjustments. I think we are going to have a little bit of time until the next match. So once again, going to throw it to a quick break, but we will catch you guys back with more CCA semifinal action coming right up.